In this video, I'm going to look at a fairly new concept, that of neurodiversity. And at its most basic, it's about the way our brains think, the way our brains work and interpret information. We all have some differences, the things that interest us, our experiences, what motivates us, what we're good at, and also what we're bad at. And all of these things will shape how we respond to things, how we interpret the information that's coming into our brain. But typically, majority of people would be classified as being neurotypical. But there's about 15% of the population, that's about, within the UK, that's about one in seven, who are classified as being neurodiverse. Okay, so what is neurodiversity? What does it actually mean? So it is inherent in how our brains are wired. It's not something that we can decide to be, but generally speaking, it would be used to describe people, for example, who are on the spectrum. So people who have autism, Asperger's syndrome, but also people who are dyslexic, who have dyspraxia, attention deficit disorders, people who, for them, the world appears different, and how they interpret and respond to what's going on round about them, how they interpret information can be very different. And traditionally, people and companies tended to try to avoid employing neurodiverse people, and they've considered them to be disruptive, that they would be worried that they would be too difficult to manage, that they're difficult to communicate with, and wouldn't understand or wouldn't have the knowledge that's required to do the jobs that are required. However, when we take the concepts of equality and diversity and recognising under equality, we should be looking to treat everybody the same. We should be looking to make sure that people don't feel excluded, that they are involved and included. But diversity is also about recognising the differences in people and recognising that with those differences can come really strong and powerful advantages for companies. Applying that to neurodiversity, we could argue, and we can argue, that by excluding people who are neurodiverse, we are not allowing the company to benefit from the creativity that they may possess, the way that they may look at problems and be able to come up with innovative solutions that other people, the neurotypical, can't see. That perhaps if you have the same kind of people all the time working within an organisation, it can get quite static, quite staid, and it gets stagnant because you're not getting new ideas, you're not getting the innovation and creativity that comes from looking at employing people from a diverse range of backgrounds. So with this video, I'm looking at neurodiversity, but yes, I believe that companies should be employing people from a diverse range of backgrounds, and just because you have a different way of looking at the world, you should not be excluded. But diversity can also come from people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different races, different religions, even gender. All of these things, you have to see the opportunities, embrace the possibilities that can come from employing a diverse workforce. So, one little last quote which comes from the CIPD. So to be neurodiversity smart, firms should strive to develop a language and acceptance of neurodifference and to celebrate and leverage neurodiverse strengths while taking steps to accommodate and not belittle any specific challenges that an individual may face. So, as I've been saying, if a company does not take the advantage of employing people who are neurodiverse, they are missing out on an opportunity. They are hurting themselves. The company is the one that's going to suffer, because not only are they missing out on the creativity, the innovation that could come from bringing in someone who is going to look at things differently, but the chances are the competition may. So if there are other companies that are going to be more open to the possibilities, and they're going to take advantage of that creativity, the different ways of thinking, the different ways of looking at problems and situations, and come up with innovative, creative, new ideas, possibly even new products. And if a company doesn't embrace neurodiversity, they could be losing out on all of that. So I hope that has given you a feel for neurodiversity, why I think it's important for companies to embrace the possibilities that would come with employing neurodiverse workforce, but also diversity in a broader sense as well. Thank you very much for listening.